Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where I keep forgetting to do the minion roulette. Today's minion roulette is giving us the Rubelite weapon, one of our new minions we got recently. We are doing more main story today, finishing off the main story of patch 3.1, but before we get to that, we have a couple more rewards to get to. First off, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip from an earlier patch, showing a bug that was unfortunately patched out. Alright, I don't know where I'm going to put this. Very good chance this is going to be right near the start of the next main story episode, so right at the start of patch 3.1. But there's a fun little glitch in the game right now that I want to make sure I document before it goes away. So recently, patch 7.4 came out with a new batch of main story, a new raid tier. I have thoughts on the patch, mixed thoughts, very positive for main story, and mixed to negative for the raid, unfortunately. But we will get to that eventually. Much later down the road. Anyways, with this patch, a glitch appeared in Kurth's Western Highlands. If we come out over here, I believe it is, should be around here somewhere. I know it's not gone yet because it was still in the game when I checked this morning, and there was no maintenance. It should be here somewhere. Come on, did I go past it? Alright, well, I'm going to explain the bug while I'm looking for it. The development team have been preparing a new job, a limited job like Blue Mage, called Beastmaster, that is expected to come out in patch 7.5, 7.55 or so, right near the end of Dawntrail. And Beastmaster, as the name implies, is going to involve probably capturing and training wild beasts. Think Pokemon, I guess. Where the heck are you? Anyways, with patch 7.4, they accidentally left in a debug enemy. If I can find it, oh my, there you are! They forgot to remove this testing enemy that they were presumably using to test Beastmaster. It is an unnamed Steinbach, level 1. And, okay, good. We have the display log message. You try to comfort the... Alternatively, you gently pat the... So that's really funny. That's really silly. This was known about when the patch released. They, I guess, caught it during last-minute testing as they were preparing to release patch 7.4. Do we have the Antelope mount? I want to say we probably do. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. If we do, I would love to be able to hop on my Antelope. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Shoot. Or I went right over it. Oh well. This person has the Antelope mount. They're G-posing with it. I'll get out of the way for them. But yeah, so this bug was known about when they released the patch. It was in the patch notes of, hey, known issues. The mob appears when it shouldn't in the Western Highlands. And yeah, they usually they try not to delay patches for last-minute bugs unless it's like something really game-breaking, and they usually don't have game-breaking bugs. They will have minor issues that can be annoying, but they usually don't have game-breaking bugs. There was one time their fishing in particular fishing holes would crash the entire server, but that was before my time. So, they knew about it when they released the patch. So we assumed they would remove it with the very first maintenance patch. Well, the first maintenance patch happened a few days later. And, well, it's still here. It's still here to the point that the official Blue Sky account for Final Fantasy XIV has posted memes about the level 1. So I think, yeah, no, the community had a very positive response to this bug. People were flocking to it, taking G-poses with it, as we see. There were whole vigils for it when people thought it was going to get removed. It is very funny. This community absolutely loves bugged enemies. Back when I first started, back during Shadowbringers, there was in Eastern Lenosha just northeast of Wineport, like right around, yeah, it was right here. There was a velociraptor that was stuck halfway into the ground to the point where it would like kind of glitch around and you couldn't hurt it or kill it. It was very funny, and people would flock to the invincible grass raptor, just like they did for a few days with the level 1 Steinbach. So yeah, that's fun. I'm very glad the development team decided to let us have the level 1 Steinbach for a little bit longer. Very cute. Anyways, I just wanted to make sure I showed this off before I went away forever. So, back to the main story, I suppose. So that was the level 1. The community consensus is that it is probably a mob they were using to test the upcoming Beastmaster job that they forgot to remove from the game, and it made it into release for a little bit until they patched it back out around Christmas time. People were making pilgrimages there. It was fun. In terms of new loot, we got the Storm Hatchling. I got this for 20,000 Storm Seals, making my way ever closer towards having all of the Storm Seal loot, all the Maelstrom loot, so we can move on to the Immortal Flames and get their stuff. Also, you may have noticed, actually no, I don't, you may not have noticed because I have the world name turned off. A while back, around the time we were wrapping up the main story of Heavensward, I moved my character here over from Ultros on Primal to Halicarnassus on Dynamis. One of the newer worlds, well, introduced with around Dawn Trail, perpetually underpopulated world data center, which on the one hand, unfortunate because it means that duty roulettes are a little bit slow to fill. Anything less than an alliance raid, you can probably expect to fill in like 5 minutes during peak hours, unless you're an in-need job, in which case you can get it to fill instantly. So a little bit slower. Anything that's 24 players or greater, you almost don't want to bother on Dynamis without doing a party finder. Dynamis is very low population. Switching to Dynamis, in order to encourage people to do this, so that it becomes less underpopulated, they give you some nice rewards. In particular, the big reward they gave me, or they generally give, is 10 gold chocobo feathers, which we can bring to the Calamity Salvager at any of the main city-states. Is it here? Is it with you? It might not be. Would it be with Recompense Officer? No, but good to know we can get old seasonal event stuff. It's one of these people, not the Link Shell distributor. No thank you. Link Shells are nice. They're basically cross-world parties or just like dedicated groups of friends that may want to chat and hang out. Who has it? It has to be the Calamity Salvager. Certificate exchange, maybe? Nope. Deal in spoils, maybe? Ah, here we go. We can spend our gold chocobo feathers on a few different things. There's some special, somewhat rare dyes you can buy here. You can get Aetheryte tickets here, which, no, don't do that. There's much easier ways of getting them. Or you can get one of 3 mounts. Twintania, the Amber Draft Chocobo, or the Managarm. I believe we're going to go for the Amber Draft Chocobo, because this is a 2-person mount. 2 people can ride on this mount. So let's go ahead and get that one accepted into our mount list. Where did it go? There you are. And let's take a look at our loot in here. The Storm Hatchling, raised by a Storm Private from an egg found abandoned in the company's stables he was charged with cleaning. This adorable fledgling is a symbol of new beginnings for the mighty Maelstrom. Chocobo Dander can be a might ripe from the Chocobo Keep. And in our mount guide, we have the Amber Draft Chocobo. To Ishgardians, red represents true love and loyalty. To this wild chocobo from the Nirvanian Forelands, it meant capture at the hands of hunters who easily found a red chocobo sticking out like a sore thumb in the midst of all his yellow brethren. What about my 40 acres and a chocobo from Ime? A reference to very nasty policy in American history. Intended to encourage people to move out into, quote, uninhabited lands, in actuality very inhabited lands by the Native Americans, and drive them out. In exchange, you get horses and 40 acres of land. Fuck Manifest Destiny. Okay, moving on with the main story. Let's get back to Ishgard, I believe it was. Alright, things are not good here in Ishgard. Hopefully we're able to calm the conflict. Let's check in with everyone real quick. The Archbishop may have fallen, but the legacy of his predecessors endures. Louis Swa once told me that man is all too willing to let his future be bound by his past, and time after time have I witnessed how depressingly right he was. It is a very human flaw, unfortunately. One that hopefully in time everyone can learn to work past. I don't believe it's something that can be permanently fixed, and I don't think it necessarily should be permanently fixed, because permanently fixing it has concerning implications. But I do believe it's something everyone can work past on an individual level. Just as Sir Emmerich risked his life to bring about lasting change, so too will others wager all to preserve what they hold dear. All too true. Even if we had the same resources to combat the fires as them up in the pillars, we'd still be fighting a losing battle. You've seen the Broom, all them narrow streets with wooden houses crammed together. It's kindling is what it is. Not a good situation at all. Lucia would begin the hunt for the arsonist without delay. The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set? Mayhap there is a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city in both the pillars and foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Alphino and Mistress Y'shtola, I would have you take charge of the investigation and foundation. As you wish, mayhap Totaro can be of assistance as well. Me and Satora and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred, Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. I'll bet. The name's Hilda. A Scion, eh? And there I was, thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. Well, we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passersby. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Oh, I! The infamous Lord Amonelaine of De Fortam, lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Satora. He'll be at the Crozier most like, making an effort to be seen, so let's go and see him. Grizzled I will accept, but old? No one in here for you, Thancred. Hilda is not one to be swayed. Alright, onwards to the Jeweled Crozier. Let's go see if we can find this Amonelaine asshole. He barely deserves me acknowledging him as someone I know. Honoroi! Please tell me Amonelaine's not putting you through too much shit. Mr. Swansea, I fear Lord Amonelaine has once more strayed from the path. As has so often been the case, his renewed enthusiasm for martial training gave way to frustration and disinterest at the first sign of difficulty. He will never learn. Someone once said that a gentleman is rather than does, and in Lord Amonelaine I sense we have living proof. Well, go on then, talk to the daft sod. Do I have to? Does it have to be me? Well, well, if it isn't Satora, dearest of all my friends. You're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old girl? Yeah, fires everywhere. Yes, the arsons. Dreadful business that, and awfully curious, wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames, after all. Oh, in case you were wondering why the hopline is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Emmerich's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man, not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Respectable! Very respectable. Not surprising, but appreciated. Actually, old girl, if you were thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hoplan. While you conduct your inquiries, I could offer words of comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. Go to hell, Imanolaine. Wait a moment, I know what that is. You are giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice, old girl. I will have you know my heart yearns for but one rose, prickly though she may be. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well, if it will help to prove the purity of my intentions, I shall gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I had hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees in the Hoplan Satora, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. And he's just gonna accept the accusation. Imanolaine? Hang on, I have to. It is required. I shall detain you no longer, old girl. Good luck with your investigation. And you go to hell, Imanolaine. Gracefully rescind the offer. What an asshole. Alright, let's head on up there and see what people have seen. Why did I not just take the aetheryte? The world will never know. Or may never know. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. Alright. How about you, priest? Have you been able to hear anything from the refugees? Come, my brothers and sisters, there is food and shelter enough for all in the Basilica. Allone's blessings be upon you, Father. I confess we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Emmerich and the Ravanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. Do you require succor as well, miss? No, we're actually trying to figure out who started the fires. So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good, this madness has gone on for far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. Alright, and how about you, Melee? Have you heard or seen anything? There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere, and it was so hot I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how he made it out. I suppose he must have climbed. Maybe my arm is getting better after all. The body can do amazing things when you're in danger. Never underestimate the power of adrenaline. Also, never underestimate how much pain you'll be in afterwards and how much recovery it will take. You can, in fact, lift an entire fucking car. You'll be in so much pain afterwards, and you can only do it on instinct to save a life or your own life. But it can happen. It has been documented that just normal-ass people can just lift a car. At least enough to get someone out from under it. The body's a terrifying thing. But again, you will be in so much pain afterwards. You will destroy your muscles doing that. It's like your body will only let you do that if it's literally life or death. Alright, what did you two learn? Finished then? Indeed. Didn't get much beyond a man with a satchel. Ah, there you are. Anything to share? Yeah, a man with a satchel was spotted just before the fires. It'll require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we are to identify the culprits. True. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including one near St. Raimonda's Cathedral, and another near the Tribunal. For a mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably on the two occasions when their target was a bastion of the Ishgardian orthodoxy. That is something I noticed. The church did seem to be benefiting a lot from propaganda as a result of this. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alphino would doubtless have an opinion. And I wouldn't be surprised if his opinion was roughly in line with mine. There you are, Alphino and Tataru and Ishtola, and you have caught somebody. Alright. You should have seen the way Alphino tackled him. Oh? What did I miss? Good, now that you are here, we can proceed with the interrogation. Clearly something. I assume that you saw him starting a fire. Silence will avail you not, sir. Ah, Satora, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not, so we insisted. Let me go, damn it, you've got the wrong man. My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose, but tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile, look at me! Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble, I grant you. But then these highborn types rarely do show their loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabbit and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks! He's the one who told me to keep going! And we gotcha. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I'd left him behind, tried to with all my heart. Said my prayers every day like a good man, but he came to me. He came to me! And there you have it, Hilda. Would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. Understandable. That was incredible, Thancred, but how did you know he would confess? Well, I have seen his like before, a troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth a risk. And if our captive had called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world is, as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at last confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. I do hope they show some mercy to the guy, at least. The impoverished of Ishgard. It's not surprising they'd be desperate enough to do this. The real villain here is whoever paid them. I think the 12 you returned to us, but what happened to your old outfit? Left it behind in the sewers, if I recall correctly. Ah, yes, about that. Blame Ishtola, bye! Alright, it's good to see everyone here. The Temple Knights are interrogating the arsonist as we speak. God's willing, we shall have more information ere long. If we could but determine the motive behind these fires. I mean, the church sure seems to be benefiting, so that seems like a motive. Bit of a gambler, ain't he? Fine by me, so long as his luck don't run out. Oh, Thancred knows what he's doing. He's very good at this. He does rely a lot on luck, though. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak. Though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master, he will soon tell us what he knows one way or another. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artuarel. Are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Emmerich in his chambers at present. I am. He bid me bring the salve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. My Lord Archwell did not seem to be in the best of spirits. Tis little wonder, Master Alphino. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother could not yet cold in the grave. They've had a bit of a rough time of it. Oh my goodness, they're giving us item level 240 accessories. Let's start with fending. I need fending, I need healing, and I need aiming. Alright, well, if the game wants to give me accessories, sure, let's do it. I didn't intend to use these, but the game's just gonna give them to me as catch-up gear, sure. Let's make this a long one. First, let's check in with people. The past belongs to the dead. The future is ours to do with what we will. How desperately we cling to that which we hold dear, knowing all the while that a day will come when we must let go. No more farewells. Not for a good while yet, at least. Hopefully. It was not so long ago, was it? Alright, the last story quest of the patch. Lucia's not one to rest on her laurels.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms then, friends. Time is against us.
All right. Well, not too surprising how this has gone, but that doesn't make it great. Let's get moving. Onwards to the vault? Where are we meeting up? Durandare Manor? All right, sure. I guess that works. Yeah, this path will work. Alright, Emmerich. Are we ready to storm the vault and free the hostages? Looks like everyone has gathered. Let's do this. Concentrate on freeing the hostages. I will tend to their wounds. Appreciated, Ishtola. Just like old times, eh? I wish it wasn't. Ready when you are, Satora. Do not concern yourself with my safety, lest you forget I too am a knight. I trust you, but don't give your life like your half-brother did. Listen well, we will enter the Basilica silently via this gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true brothers of the faith are unknown. I am told the one claimed to have served under Thornton VII. Might the same be true of the rest? Given the swiftness with which they seized control of the vault, I think it highly likely, yes? Which means that they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Artuel, you are a brave man and true, and none would dare question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? I am no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not falter, my shield will not break. God damn it, that's what your brother said! Alone as my witness, we will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. Well, here we go! Twould seem that our presence yet goes unnoticed. Come, we must secure the entrance. Remember, saving the hostages takes precedence over all else. Mind your attacks and subdue the enemy quickly. Alright, let's blast them with AoEs, drop out some shields on the party. I don't believe it's gonna let us rescue the hostage until these soldiers are dead. Oh shit. Okay, nope. You knock that off. You are not killing hostages. That is a war crime. Also, I feel like taking hostages is probably also all sorts of fucked up. I feel like that goes without saying. You must hurry. The others were taken elsewhere by Sir Simeonard. Sir Simeonard, so this is indeed the work of the Archbishop's former servants. On your guard. They've sounded the alarm. I will hold the entrance and look after this one. Now go! Alright, Ishtola, you make sure they stay safe. Alright, Further this way, I suspect? Secure the hostage, Satora. Leave the others to us. Alright, will do.
Down with you!
None of that, you get off the hostage right now. And nope, it's not gonna let me get the hostage out. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Just take care of the soldiers. The deacon needs focus. There we go. They took the other somewhere. It all happened so quickly. There they are. Let none escape. Oh, no you don't. Alright. Keep going. I will hold them here. Thank you, Alphino. Not alone, you won't. Satora, stay with Sir American Lord Artorel. This way, Satora, to the choir. Okay, we really don't need to be losing people like this. Can you please get them back to your Stola and catch up? I would like to have every person we can available for this. All right, moving on. Sir Simeonard, lay down your arms and release the hostages, and you will be shown mercy. I give you my word. Ha! The word of a heretic and a kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the archbishop. Unlike you, Sir Emmerich, I am a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive of the Fury's judgment. So it is to be a trial then. Lord Artuel, Satora, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sir Simeonard. You really think you're righteous when you are taking and killing hostages. Oh, Helone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous and cast down the wicked. Come then, let us see whom the Fury favors. Sir Emmerich is still wounded, Satora. If we do not move quickly, he will surely fall. Okay, where are the hostages? Over here. Okay, move fast. We have not just Emmerich, who is still recovering from being stabbed, to worry about, but the hostages are also being directly attacked. Thankfully, 2 of the 4 are right here. You know what? Screw it. No, it's not gonna let me do that until you're down. Please? Oh! I have to target the bond specifically. That's the issue. There must be others nearby, but where? Over there. Traitor! Kinslayer! By what sorcery do you yet stand? Enough! All of you attack! Okay, I saw them. Alright, Emmerich's at 72 and dropping. Oh, he's dropping fast. We gotta go. Oh, you're hurting, friend. Let's get this knight off of you. There we go. Now the deacon, and now we're good. Where's the last one? Sir Emmerich's strength is almost spent, Satora. We must go to his aid at once. I see no others nearby. Come, Satora. Sir Emmerich needs our help. Yeah, I see that. I see that. He's not doing great. Where's that last hostage, though? Well done. Now let us finish this, sir, before the eyes of gods and men. Stand fast, my brothers. The fury is with us. Okay, I gotta focus on healing Emmerich. He's not doing great.
This knight does not yield!
God, Emmerich, you have so much health! It takes so much to heal you up! Here, let's do this. Oh, I can't hit you with Sinistry! Okay, awesome, I hate that. That is terrible. In that case, we're just gonna have to pile through these enemies as fast as we can. Well, Essential Dignity helped a bit. Alright, Simeonard, your turn to die. You chose to take hostages and even threatened to kill them. And even tried to kill them. No mercy for you on this day. One day, I swear, you will. There they are. Let's get you out of here. He took Melee. No. You must hurry. The priest took Melee upstairs when he saw you kill his men. Have no fear, child. We will save your friend. Right, these are the kids we interviewed.
Where is he? Where is he?
Come no closer!
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
What? But I...
Vidafne!
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
From Freysfelder.
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for a lasting peace with the Jovanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horsefall in you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Lord Edmund.
Oh, I mean, that is a good question. How will people choose to remember this? I suspect that many moderates will be pulled very harshly and very quickly towards the side of peace with the Devonians. Parents in particular, seeing a dragon save a child from death after a member of the church tried to kill a child? Yeah, that's going to push a lot of people towards peace with the Devonians and away from the church. On the other hand, for those who are particularly faithful to the church, it's going to make them a lot more desperate. It's going to be rough. Well, that was timely. Vidofnir must have been circling for hours. God. That would be extremely funny. In the moments before Vidofnir appeared, I contemplated teleporting the girl. Thank the 12 that I did not. I mean, it was an option. At least I would have saved her, but yeah, this was much better propaganda for us in the way it played out. Not that I wanted this to happen at all, just the way it played out was very beneficial for our cause. That does not mean I wanted this to happen. That was traumatizing for that poor girl, poor Melee. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? 'Tis but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less than her arrival. Well, time scarcely does it justice, but one moment later would have been a moment too late. Let us pray that the Ishgardians who yet harbor doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Emmerich's words. Well, it is only meet that I inform Tataru of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at Forton Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru would never forgive me if I left for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. A moment, Satora. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? I mean, seems to be doing well. He got on well enough with Hilda, and she tolerated him pretty well too. Which might actually be concerning in its own right. Of that I have no doubt. His time in the wilderness did not deprive him of his charm. But that is neither here nor there. What concerns me is his etheric flow, which I fear has been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate ether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. That would explain why he never teleported back to safety. Granted, he didn't have easy access to an aetherite, but it would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still a little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Right then, I should be on my way. Kryl may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Yeah, please go keep Kryl safe. And with unfortunate timing, I'm gonna have to come back to this a little bit later. We're so close to the end, too. Alright, it's fine. This one's running a little bit long. I feared that it would be, but it's fine. I'll be back hopefully later tonight to finish this off. I got something that's coming up that I gotta go deal with. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had an appointment I had to get to. Thought this was gonna be more on the order of 40 minutes, not nearly an hour. Welcome, Mr. Zlancy. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yeah, let's head in. Check in with Alphino, and looks like we're at the end anyways. Lord Edmund told me all about what Vidofnir did. God, how I wish I had been there to see it. Yeah, it was quite the sight. Horrifying, though. Absolutely horrifying.
That Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
A shield, my lord?
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours, long overdue. But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house. Sir Emmerich was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Surely there must be another way to convince Houses Durandare and Zamail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread. Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
This is not an ideal situation for sure. Honestly, it's hard to have thoughts on this. This is so outside of Satora's realm of expertise, to be honest.
But then I thought of my brother. A knight lives to serve, to aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You are a sister to Haurchefant. Will you be a sister to me as well?
Of course.
Come, Emanuelaine. There's much to be done. For father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard. To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
And so concludes patch 3.1. Oh, you're gonna make me choose, you jerks, how dare you. Well, we are getting the House Fortom Kite Shield, which is mostly just there for glamour, and a wind-up Archivon. They're gonna make me choose. Healing. I have to go for healing. This is thy proof, the Garen Oracles, Apocrypha. It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of beginning and of the path we have been set upon. Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception, nor the Triad. You know what must be done. Well, everyone has their orders. The mass will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know what hit them. I fear it will be bloody. By Rhalgred, it had better be. We cannot stay here forever, Ida. We have other responsibilities. I know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them, every one. What the hell are you up to, Urianger? They were spotted at the end there. Hopefully that spotting ends up being good for us. And Papa Limo and Ida look to be with the Alamegan refugees? Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and get that wind-up Archivon into our minion list. Crafted by the first son of House Helenar to honor the passing of one of House Fortom's greatest knights, this miniature replica of the great Archivon Greystone only begins to tell the tale of a man who devoted his life to the service of his nation and his friends. Lord Archivon is, from all indications, quite fond of you, from the discomposed cataloger. Alright then. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV, let's get started on the relic for a Heavensward. Oh god, here we go! Time for relics! I'll see everyone next time for that.